Hello and welcome to another episode of Lane by Lane, a show where we get a group of people together to simulate a game of Monopoly, only to tear them apart 10 minutes later. And today, my lucky guests who get to experience this phenomenon are Aiden, Zyrene, Moon, David Freak, Truly, and Julian Pastry Time Car. Gentlemen, do you know what time it is?
Tool time!
It's pastry time, actually.
Thank you.
I just gave you the answer before I asked the question. No, actually, it's time for Lane by Lane. I got 3 big questions for you guys today. Last week, Freak was the winner, so he's going to get to start us off. Here, are you guys ready?
Yep. Brain, yeah.
Boom, boom, boom. I like it. What is your best off-build on a champion? Okay, so I want the best off-build that's out there in League of Legends on a champion. Freak, starting with you. Let's go.
I'm going to go with full AP singed.
Full
In
AP
fact,
singed.
Spell Vamp singed. So unfortunately, you can't like stack Hextech revolvers anymore.
Okay.
But the fact that he has insane AP ratios and really, really high damage, like you know how everyone is supposed to not chase singed, but they chase singed anyway?
Yeah.
Imagine a singed who heals for like 50 health per second because you're standing in the poison trail.
Yeah.
Like you could actively troll your teammates by taking damage, further healing the singed, and making the chase even worse. It's amazing. You get a Death Cap in there, you get a Void Staff in there, you get the Riley's Leandries, you get a Gunblade. Now you have an active slow.
A Gunblade?
I can Gunblade you to make sure I can land Fling and then Mega Decent behind
All
me.
right, Freak, or Zyrene, what do you have to say about this?
Yeah, I'm like, the Gunblade is how he gets the Vamp. Outside of that, there isn't really any other item in the game that does that.
Quintessences, you got some runes and masteries.
It's the quintessences and stuff. But then a lot of those items are actually now pretty standard on him because you have to build like more AP now and you like
getting called out for the standard
yeah, but I was
build.
playing back in like 2011 and stuff.
Wait, say that one more time?
I've been doing it since like 2011 and stuff though.
Oh,
like,
see, so Freak's claiming
hipster.
OG.
I've been doing it for like a long time.
I'm gonna bring my AP
Search
yield
as well. I have
Yeah,
to say about
Search has
that.
got that
He
up
has
there,
definitely
too.
popularized the spell Vamp Sin. Zyrene, moving on to you. What's your best off-build champion?
I was doing like AP Sejuani for a long time.
AP Sejuani.
Yeah, AP Sejuani.
What are you, Mr. Oink?
These are still living very
Mr.
close
Oink
to...
also invented that, by the way.
All right, hit me with the AP Sejuani. How does this work?
Was,
what do I buy?
It was the Runic Echoes, and then you go for the Leandries, so you have a little bit of HP. You have slows, so you end up getting a percent HP burn on the person.
Right.
You end up being durable. You have the AP, you have the HP, and then you keep going. You go for the Abyssal Mask so that you can shred some of their MR in terms of like, you know, do more % magic damage for your entire team. So you're helpful in that sense too. You still have a little bit of that tankiness, but you take over the game very early on. You never run out of mana because of Runic Echoes. You get that extra burst that people aren't expecting, and then you get to, you know, Mr. Oink on them like Pastry Time was saying.
So Mr. Oink, Pastry Time, you're closing out this question. What's your thought here?
I'm gonna take the word off and then really accentuate that here in this, but I'm gonna go completely off here. It is a classic, it's a fun one, and it's not very good, but the Wizard Lizard is returning. Renekton with a Rabadon.
The Wizard Lizard!
Has to be the way to go. His ultimate active scales insanely well. You need a lot of
please.
AP, like a lot of AP.
Percent
but you
health
can get a
damage
lot of
on my
work.
ultimate. Let's go.
Exactly. His early landing's always good. All his bases are strong. You can probably bully with horrible items. I've seen it way back in the day. For me, it's all about getting the Rabadons, getting your Ceres, and then walking
How
around
many
being a
of
wizard.
Renekton's skills actually scale off of AP? Just his ultimate,
Just the ultimate.
Just the
The
ultimate.
only one you need.
And what is the AP ratio on that? Is it
How
like
is it?
1
It's
to
like
1?
1.0 over the duration.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's not
What-
good.
like a
oh,
total
1.0
of
over the
1.0.
duration, so it's not even like
Yeah,
phenomenal.
it's crap.
That is great.
How is this an off build? It was built in pro play by Darren.
Not a long time.
I have
that was
conditioning
pretty
built, by the
off.
way.
You're right. It's clearly meta, Zyrene. Clearly meta. Moving us on to question number 2. Who is the best import player in the NA LCS? So they have to actually take up an import slot on a team, not someone who came from another. Bjergsen. No, he is grandfathered in, right? So they take up an import slot on the team. Who is the best import player? Zyrene, you get to kick us off here.
Someday.
Someday. All right.
He was the second best top laner in Korea before he came over. And now he's been crushing people the entire time in North America. Like, his team holds him back sometimes, but now you see Dignitas surging in the standings. He's got a versatile style. I feel like Someday's kind of the go-to here for this question, right?
What about him makes him the best player, though? Like, either in his role or as an import, why is he so valuable?
I think he's incredibly valuable because he's got those TP flanks, the TP timings that really accentuate the top laner's skill. Like, one thing that he was known for back in Korea was his teleport timings. You notice his TPs are even a second to a half second faster than the other top laner in, like, even the smallest of circumstances.
Here, hold up, Zyrene. Freak, you're giving face.
Yeah.
So in
I
the
mean,
middle
you're
of
just
that
saying,
point, I
oh,
wanna
he
know what
plays
you're
top
thinking.
lane pretty good. It's the most generic, like, he teleports in and plays League of Legends. Like, wow, congratulations.
How many
to be
people
fair, that's
teleport
what a top laner
mid-fight
does.
and get a flank?
I know.
I mean, you're gonna fault him for playing his role?
I mean, he's not bringing up anything special about someday, though. He's just saying generic top lane strengths.
Who has
He has a champion pool, too, and sometimes gets more CS than his opponent.
All right, well, yeah, now I want to give Zyrene his time to respond to this because, all right, so how do you respond to the fact that you're using top lane metrics to explain why a top laner is good?
It's like he's a top laner,
Defend yourself, damn you!
It's like he's a top laner, right? And the fact that we're asking who's the best at it, I'm like, if I chose somebody and it was like, oh, he's the best mid laner because he plays bot really well. That's not an argument. That's not.
No, that's a great argument. I like it. He's the best mid laner because he understands multiple roles. All right, Pastry time. Who's the best import player in the North American LCS?
I've forgotten import player Jensen, and statistically, I think still the best mid laner in the NA LCS has to be my best.
Can't verify that, so we'll just pretend that he is
totally correct. Don't worry, totally correct.
I need a fact checker, right?
Insane laning stats, obviously expertly dodging skill shots, very wide champion pool, despite being more top heavy than usual this particular split. And for me, I mean, his clutch playmaking is well renowned. Unfortunately, his clutch anti-playmaking is also somewhat renowned, but
Zyrene?
So you're saying he's good at mid lane?
Yeah,
he's really good at mid lane.
You're using a whole lot of mid lane, stats for your argument. I'm gonna have to talk to you on that one. I don't know. But see, my question is, you called him a clutch playmaker.
Yep.
Clutch.
Like that Game 5 Echo.
I can think of many examples where clutch might not be the word to use for Jensen.
Also, as I said, he's also been the anti-playmaker. So I think that's most of the vocal minority that people remember.
You brought a keyboard?
Do I have a keyboard? I think
no,
so.
Zyrene brought a keyboard. I love it. All right.
Zyrene has one.
I'm going to push this forward. One more. All right.
Hey, whoa. He should be penalized for using props against me. That's not okay.
Look, anything goes on this show.
We didn't say
you are more than welcome to bring props the next time you're invited on to Lane by Lane. Freak, next up on the question, who's the best import player in the North American LCS?
I've got an actually good answer for you, Dash. Trolle Ole from Immortals. Oh, baby, this man is so good at League of Legends.
So good.
He is the #1 ranked player in solo queue, at least was very recently. From the support role, I know someone passed him pretty quickly. He's actually #1 in the NA LCS. They're in first place, so it's clearly working. He's #1 right now. I think pretty much everyone does call him the best support in the NA LCS right now. Generally speaking, he's got the praise and appreciation of his of his peers. Who would have expected Immortals to be the #1 team with this roster?
Right.
Player skill clearly coming into effect. Ole is clearly one of the reasons why.
But Freak, tell me why Ole is such a good support player.
He's a good support.
Without using support metrics.
He's a good support player because he wins games.
You already gave me that reason, because Immortals win first. I want you to explain to me why he's such a good support player without using a single support metric for why he's good at it.
Great. He has incredibly dominant...
Perfect. Moving on to question number 3, our third and final question of the day. You're creating your own LCS team. What is your team name and branding? Okay, so just boom, a spot opens up. You're creating an LCS team. Give me the team name and the branding. Maybe like what the logo looks like, if you have a slogan or something like that, all right? Pastry time, you get to kick us off here on our own LCS team.
I think, I have to take after myself and my personal brand and invest it in my team. With the Flamin' Hot Pastries, we're going to have like an old NBA Jam style, like, basketball on fire, except instead of a basketball, it's a pastry. We can have something
what kind of a pastry? Are we going like cinnamon bun? Are we in the croissant realm?
So there's definitely like multiple options we could use. I think we'll go with my signature pastry, which is the chocolate croissant, or maybe just the regular croissant because it's kind of like very timeless and very well known.
You don't want to alienate half your audience by going
there's like a chocolate butter in it, so it actually doesn't set on fire very well, which is maybe something. Maybe choose like a flambéed cake. That could be something different, but not as directly a pastry. I mean. I think for me, like, pastry's just, it's fun. It's an easy logo to put, and it just has to be on fire. I mean, there'll be, like, plenty of, like, baking and, like, oven-related jokes that we can use. There's just, like, a whole novelty here that the team's just easily set up just.
All right, Freak, we've got pastry time. The Flamin' Hot Pastries, rather. So what's your team that will stack up against them?
Team name, Puns of Damage.
Puns of course.
Logo is my face, and then the words Puns of Damage around it, obviously. The try code is obviously PUN for pun. I mean, come on, that's really
everything's falling into place here.
And what's great is I think we're gonna try to make sure that every time we come into an LCS game or a Worlds game, because obviously we're gonna win Worlds, so coming into the finals, we think of a nice short and sweet pun to say like in the team huddle. So instead of it's like it's not like 1, 2, 3 puns. It's like 1, 2, 3, and then an actual pun comes out, right? And we get one ready every single time.
There.
We not only have a coach, but we have someone who's, maybe it's me as the team owner, obviously, and the connoisseur here, who writes them out so the team has it ready for them when they come through. Just imagine mic check, right? Like, you come in here and be like, man, wave goodbye to that guy as Nami casts an ultimate. I mean, just the comms would be insane. We make sure we have the prep for that as well.
You're relying on the team being just a, marketable team based on how hilarious you guys are.
I mean, no, they're going to be great League of Legends players, but we're going to have a coach, who's going to make them good at League of Legends, and they're going to have me make sure they have funny puns to say during the course of the game.
All right.
And they'll be everyone's favorite.
All right, both of these guys investing heavily on themselves, Irene. Which direction are you going to take here for your NA LCS
I thought
team?
Freak was going to go with Freaks of Freakas or something like that,
Got one.
Turn things around.
Second team.
I'm gonna go real crazy here and go Mysterious Monkeys. We're gonna be outlandish. No, I'm just kidding. It's already happened. That's already taken. You're right.
He's gone.
You know what? All right, no, it's gonna be Sirens.
Sirens? Sirens.
We're gonna go back. The logo's gonna be me in the Luke Skywalker pose, caster mic up, and we're gonna have 2 sirens, 1 around each leg, and I'm gonna be boom.
Wait, like police sirens or like wailing sea creatures?
Yeah,
like
just
wailing
police, blue and red light.
Why not both? Why not both?
Found the alarms, guys. Irene's in the building.
We'll have 1. That's a siren. I don't know how it's going to be around my leg. We'll figure that out. We're early in terms of the iteration right now. The other one will be one of the mysterious sea creatures.
Is this like that lowers that tell people when you move into the neighborhood? Is this why you have sirens around you?
I don't know about that, Freak.
I don't know
where you got that.
I don't know what that means. Keep going, Irene.
We'll see. Anyway, it's going to be a lot of branding around, music, singing ability. The mic checks will be them singing, which has already happened, but we'll get them training.
So everything on your team is communicated through song? Is that the selling point, is what you're telling me? Even the shot calling? All right, exactly. It's Irene. We win a team fight. Call Baron.
Oh, God.
I'm going to die.
All right, you're losing time. You're losing time.
All right.
3,
all right,
2, 1.
Go. We just won the fight. So now, Jungler, don't miss your smite.
I love it. There it is. Ladies and gentlemen, that brings us to the end of Lane by Lane. The winner is Irene, once again, rising to the top. How does it feel
Back
to be
on
once
the
again on the top of the podium? All right, anything you'd like to say to close us out here, Irene?
Oh, man. I really don't have too much because, I've won so many times that I'm running out of pre-prepared things. Maybe I have to spend some time just writing things down. The keyboard might.
Or you know what? Maybe you got to spend some time at the bottom. You got to lose a few episodes so that you kind of have an appreciation for what it means to be victorious once again.
I won last time.
I think that is true. Freak did win. He was the co-victor.
And he's still kicking with anything.
Let me reiterate, co-victor. You hold that title along with Azale. That's going to bring us to the conclusion of this week's episode of Lane by Lane. Thank you once again to these guys for joining me. If you want to tag us or hit us up on Twitter with that hashtag LanexLane, we're still looking for questions and topics of conversation that you guys at home are interested. Otherwise, for now, it's time to say goodbye, and we'll see you next week. You guys.
We just won the team fight.